Welcome back to Great Day. No one expects to be in a serious accident, but when someone else is at fault, you need to know your rights. Your insurance may not cover all the expenses that come with recovery, from medical bills to lost wages and emotional stress. Shariff Injury Lawyers are on a mission to help Houstonians recover compensation and seek justice.
I'm extremely grateful for the Shariff Law Firm for fighting for me for 4 years on this case, where I was offered $1,000 to sweep it under the rug, and I ended up with $300,000, and there's no amount of words I can use to express my gratitude.
Attorney Mohammed Shariff joins us to explain how the personal injury law process works and why you shouldn't be tempted by early settlements. Good morning.
Thank you for having me. Good morning.
All right, I want to go back a little bit into your background. In high school, you were sent to the principal's office often.
I became very familiar with the assistant principal. Yeah.
And why was that?
I don't know. They're all allegations. It's not true.
They're all allegations. They're not true. Yeah, you're just that kind of kid. You're a spirited kid. I was too, by the way. So don't do. Yeah. Okay. And so for senior dress-up day, the teachers were able to get even in a nice way.
Yeah. So at my high school, we had senior dress-up day where students, teachers, they could bid on you, and if they wanted to bid at the auction, they can dress you up however they wanted to, and you would have to essentially parade around the school for the entire day wearing whatever outfit they chose for you. And my English teachers pooled their money together, won me at the auction, and they created this custom full life-size office referral that went from my shoulders down to my feet.
Yeah, your assistant principal even signed it, right?
Yep.
But you turned out good, obviously. All right, what was your inspiration for going into a legal career? You kind of had a relative who kind of gave you a glimpse of it, right?
Correct. So two of my older sisters, they worked at a law firm when I was in high school, and so my parents, to keep me out of trouble, they made me go and volunteer over the summers, and that was my first exposure to the legal industry. Before that,
most of us never see the inside of it, right?
Right, exactly.
And you saw, clients coming in who were desperate and they're in some tough situations, and you saw how attorneys were able to help them, and so that's what gave you kind of the idea to do that. Your bachelor's of U of H Bauer School of Business and your law degree at U of H Law Center, so you got to say go Cougs right now.
Yep.
Yeah, you're licensed in Texas, but also the federal court for Southern District of Texas.
Yes.
All right, you help people with serious injuries after accidents. This is an area where so many people are in the toughest situation, and they just kind of jump on what's offered in front of them. That's the first thing they need to do, is seek the right counsel like you.
Absolutely. So a lot of times what insurance companies will do is once they find out about a claim, they'll call the individual who's been injured, and they'll immediately offer them a couple of $1,000 or $3,000. And to a lot of people, that's a lot of money. But the only reason they're doing that is because they know they're at risk of having to pay a lot more if you get the right counsel.
Yeah, and well, because if you look at medical bills, a couple of thousand just doesn't cover much of anything today.
Exactly, and a lot of times injuries don't show it themselves for several days. To give you an example, we had a client who signed up with us, hired us a couple of months after the accident, and he was suffering from seizures. He had had like 2 seizures in the 2 months since the accident. And when we notified the insurance company that we were going to represent him, the insurance company got back to us and said, "What are you talking about? We already settled with him. We gave him $2,000. And this very young man, he's in his early 40s, he'd been suffering seizures repeatedly.
Yeah, because of that accident.
Right, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, all right, so the accidents we're talking about: car, bicycle, bus, motorcycle, rideshare, truck accidents, pedestrian accident, work injuries, catastrophic injuries, slip and falls, anything where you become injured for the most part. All right, we have some questions from some folks. Jennifer says, when I was in the hospital, I got a call from an agent asking me to recount what happened. Do I have a right to refuse to talk to them? And so this becomes tough because the other person on the other end sounds like they're official, and they'll be recording stuff. You gotta be careful with that.
Absolutely. So if the at-fault driver's insurance company reaches out, short answer is yes, you can definitely say no. Long answer is you should definitely say no. Because one, they'll always be recording the conversation, and two, they will only use it against you later on. A lot of times people naturally say, I'm feeling fine, but in reality they're feeling pain, but just conversation.
And she was in the hospital.
Right. And later on, if more injuries or pains appear, they'll use that previous recording of you saying, "Oh, I'm fine," or "Only my head hurts." And later on, if you're like, "Well, my arm hurts now," or "My back hurts now," they'll say, "Well, previously you didn't say that."
Yeah, well, that goes into what Conrad is saying, and you basically have touched on this a couple of times. Do I need a lawyer if the person at fault's insurance company is offering a settlement right away? Well, the thing is, the settlement, as you said, will be offered is going to be much lower than what you could probably get, and not take into account things like even you missed work because of the injury, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Question number 3: do all personal injury claims go to court?
No. So, at least at our firm, we're able to settle majority of our cases before we even have to file a lawsuit. But if the insurance company doesn't want to make a fair offer, or they want to play hardball, or they want to fight over liability, then we will file a lawsuit, and we'll happily take the fight all the way to the end. But statistically speaking, I think it's around like 90 to 95% of cases that get resolved before trial.
Yeah, all right. And then Franco is asking, I don't have the money to pay a lawyer up front. How can I get representation when it was clearly their fault? Even the police report says so.
So you don't ever have to pay anything up front. We only get our compensation out of whatever the insurance company pays, and it's a percentage of whatever the insurance company pays. So in no event has any of our clients ever had to pay anything out of their pockets towards our services if, let's say, the insurance company wasn't able to pay out for whatever reason.
Yeah, and with that said, when people come in, you do go over the case to see if this is a viable case, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so the first thing people need to do is, again, not talk to that other insurance company. Don't sign off on anything.
Correct.
Get legal counsel. Is there a statute of limitations of how long, let's say something happened to someone, a few months ago, can they still come and meet with you?
Yes, in Texas, for most negligence cases or injury cases, you have 2 years to file a lawsuit. But definitely do not wait anywhere close to that amount of time, and don't delay treatment, because as human beings, we know that a lot of times we try and walk off pain, take Tylenol, Advil off over-the-counter medication, but that delay, the insurance company will treat it as if, oh, you weren't seriously injured, or you weren't really injured because you waited several days.
Yeah, or because you waited so long, you may have made things worse on your own.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much. At Shariff Injury Lawyers, you don't pay unless they win. You just heard him say. To get your free consultation to discuss your claims, call 832-600-0000. Again, the number is 832-600-0000. For more information, you can also visit callthesheriff.com. By the way, the Shariff Injury Lawyers is the official personal injury law firm of the Houston Texans. You actually got a camera crew out there to capture Toro doing his job as the director of celebration. You have a director of celebration job. Tell us about this.
So we were able to partner up with the Texans. We were the first official personal injury law firm of the Houston Texans, and one of the really cool things that we've been able to do is partner up with Toro, film commercials, do fun things of that nature. There's been a lot of exciting stuff.
Yeah, you have a little contest coming up.
We do. We've been trying to brainstorm what we can do for our clients to show our appreciation, and what we're going to start doing is at the end of the Texan season this year, we're going to select we're going to do a drawing and select a existing or former client of ours to give away a brand new vehicle to.
A brand new vehicle?
Yes.
Oh wait, did I tell you I twisted my ankle the other day? Wait. I'll give you a call later.
I know a decent lawyer.
You know a good lawyer. All right.
Lawyer.
Well, thank you very much. Again, that number is 832-600-0000. You can call thesheriff.com as well to go online and find them there.